What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the Richest Steve in Atlanta. Today, I decided to take a walk around my beautiful neighborhood, and I felt the need to talk to y'all about change. When it comes to change, it's something that I myself struggle with all the time, especially when it comes to my financial journey. So, I thought to myself, maybe y'all are too. I overcame my change when I was introduced to a book called Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson. And that's the story that I'm going to tell y'all today. Now let's get this story popping.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boy. It sound right, boy.
I got a question for you. What is your cheese? Now I want you to think about that real hard while I tell this story. When it comes to cheese, there's 4 types of people. Sniff, scurry, hem, and ha. You see, sniff and scurry are mice. So they think simplistically. While him and ha are like you and I. They think complex and ever-changing. Each morning, each group wakes up, puts their shoes on, and goes running to the maze to find their cheese. While in the maze, Sniff and Scurry use the trial and error method to find their cheese, because Sniff is good at smelling the direction of the cheese, and Scurry is good at going to find the cheese. So once they get their cheese, they leave the maze, go home for the day. Him and Ha, on the other hand, they use deductive reasoning to find their cheese. They walk around the maze, this way, it's not the way, so I'm gonna go that way. Once they find the cheese, they get up and go home. Now one day while in the maze, both groups stumbled upon Cheese Station C. At Cheese Station C was the most cheese that any group had ever seen before. When Sniff and Scurry seen the cheese, they hung their shoes up on the door. Said, never know when I might need this again. While him and Ha saw the cheese and they thought, wow, I'll never need to go into that maze again. And they just threw their shoes away. As the days went on, Sniff and Scurry would come in each day, inspect the cheese, count the cheese, check the expiration date on the cheese, enjoy the cheese, then go home. While him and Ha, each day, they showed up to the cheese later and later, walking. And when they got to the cheese, they just enjoyed it and went home. You see, one day, Sniff and Scurry woke up, went to the cheese, and they said, yeah, this not it no more. The cheese spoiled. So they grabbed their shoes off the door and they went to the maze. By the time him and Ha got there, they get to looking around like, where's Sniff and Scurry? Hold on. Where's the cheese? Who moved my cheese? And they said, this gotta be a mistake. So let's just go home. We'll come back tomorrow and there'll for sure be cheese. Now they continued doing this day in and day out until one day, him went crazy. This is not fair. Can't believe somebody moved my cheese. It was my cheese and I deserved it. While him was just looking like, Man, something's not right. So Hawk came up with a suggestion. Hey man, why don't we just go back into the maze? Him said, the maze? It's dark and scary in there. We don't know when we'll find cheese. I'm not going back into the maze. And of course, Hawk said, yeah, that is true, so I'ma just stay here with you. As time went on, Hawk started getting hungry. He started looking at him like, man, I can't believe I let this fool trick me into not going into the maze because he's scared. Now I'm scared too. He went and grabbed his shoes, said, man, I'm going without you. Walked into the maze. While in the maze, he started finding new and different cheese. Every time he found that cheese, he took a bite, and it just encouraged him to keep moving forward. One day he stumbled upon Cheese Station Inn. Once he got there, he realized he was too late to the party. All the cheese was spoiled, and there was only a little bit left. So he got to thinking, man, if I would have got up when we noticed there wasn't no cheese at Cheese Station C, I would have made it to Cheese Station Inn and been living good. So that gave him the courage to go into the maze again. He started walking through the maze, finding new and better cheese, and eventually he found Cheese Station P. Soon as he walked into Cheese Station P, he saw Sniff and Scurry sitting there enjoying their cheese, eating good. He thought to himself, man, I ain't never gonna let this happen again. Then he hung his shoes up right next to Sniff and Scurry's shoes on the wall. From that day on, every time Hawk came to get his cheese, he inspected it, counted how much cheese he got. He even would sometimes go back into the maze to, see what he could find, just in case he needed it again. Then, one day he was sitting there, enjoying his cheese. He heard a noise coming down the maze. He thought to himself, is that him? And that's the end of the story. So let me ask you again. What is your cheese? Is it a relationship? A job? Financial freedom? The maze is just the obstacles that you have to go through every day to reach the things that make you happy. Your cheese. And once that cheese runs out, gets spoiled, are you ready to change to enter that maze again in order to reach your happiness? When it comes to change, are you like Sniff, able to seek out opportunity, and when it's presented to you, capitalize on it? Are you like Scurry, able to go after what you want? Are you like Ha? You might be worried at first, but you can adapt and overcome. Or are you like him? You quit from the start. To end this off, I want you all to understand that change doesn't come easy for any of us. It's all about how you approach change and adapt to the situation. And next time it's time for you to change, remember this little story about Sniff, Scurry, him, and Ha. Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson. Now, if you made it this far, do me a favor. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know who you are. I know it's a lot of hems in this world, and you might be one of them, but I'm not. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate you for tuning in. Peace, love, and riches. I'm out.